Have you ever felt like you were losing sight of what truly matters? Like the world around you was becoming a little dimmer, a little less vibrant? Well, today, I want to share a story that might just change the way you see everything. It's a tale from long ago, about a powerful king who had it all, but was slowly losing the one thing he cherished most, his sight. In a magnificent kingdom, surrounded by towering mountains and lush green valleys, lived a king named Raja. He was celebrated for his wisdom and bravery, a true leader of his people. But in recent years, a shadow had fallen over his life. A mysterious illness was stealing his vision. Day by day, the vibrant colors of his world faded into a dull gray, and everything became a frustrating blur. Imagine being a king, unable to see the sparkle of your own crown or the beauty of the flowers in your royal gardens. Desperate, King Rajendra summoned the best doctors from every corner of his realm. They tried everything: rare potions, strange salves, ancient rituals, but nothing worked. The darkness continued to creep in, and the once vibrant king grew frustrated and withdrawn. His heavy crown felt even heavier now, a constant reminder of the world he could no longer see. Refusing to give up, he sent messengers to the farthest lands, searching for anyone who could offer a cure. They brought back exotic herbs that only burned his throat, and met with surgeons whose hands trembled at the thought of operating on a king. Charlatans came with false promises, taking his gold and leaving him with nothing but disappointment. As months turned into years, the palace grew quiet and somber. People began to whisper that the king's reign was coming to an end. The king himself retreated into solitude, his once sharp gaze now clouded with despair, wondering if he would ever see the sun rise over his kingdom again. Then, one evening, just as the sun was setting in a blaze of colors he could barely make out, a weary traveler arrived at the palace gates. He was an old man, his clothes tattered from a long journey, but he carried a message that reignited a flicker of hope in the king's heart. Bowing low, the traveler spoke. "Your Majesty, deep within your own royal forest, there lives a hermit. He is no ordinary man, but a sage of profound wisdom, deeply connected to the secrets of nature. They say he has cured ailments that have stumped the greatest physicians, because his remedies come from the harmony of the universe itself. If you seek him out, he may restore the light to your eyes." Clinging to this last thread of hope, King Rajendra immediately ordered an expedition. With his most loyal guards, his personal physicians, and a caravan loaded with gold and silk as gifts, he set off into the heart of the forest. The journey was difficult. Thorny vines snagged their clothes, the howls of wild animals echoed in the dark, and the dense trees blocked out the sky. The king's blurry vision made every step a struggle. Doubt began to creep into the minds of his followers. Was this hermit even real, or just a character in a fairy tale? But the king's determination burned brighter than ever. He had to keep going. Finally, after days of travel, they reached a hidden glade, bathed in golden sunlight, filtering through the leaves. There, they found a simple hut, woven from branches, surrounded by fragrant herbs and a tranquil stream. And sitting outside was the hermit. He was an elderly man, meditating with his eyes closed, his long white beard flowing over his lap. He looked frail, but he radiated an inner peace that seemed to light up the entire clearing. As the king stumbled forward, the hermit opened his eyes. They were clear, piercing, and full of wisdom. "Welcome, O king," he said, his voice as calm as a gentle breeze. "I have been expecting you." Humbled, King Rajendra knelt before him and poured out his story. "Great sage, my eyes are failing me, and nothing can fix them. Please, restore my sight, and I will give you half of my kingdom." The hermit simply smiled. "Your eyes, noble king, are just windows. Tell me, what do you truly see? Blindness of the body can pass, but blindness of the heart can last forever." The king was confused. He listed all the cures he had tried, but the hermit gently shook his head. "To heal you," he said, "we must find the root of the problem. For years, you have ruled justly, but in all your wealth and success, have you really seen the suffering of your people? The orphans on the streets, the farmers struggling with taxes, the lonely widows." The king's physicians scoffed, urging the hermit to use herbs or spells. But the hermit silenced them with a simple wave of his hand. He led the king to the stream and asked him to wash his face in the cool water, all while whispering ancient words. A strange warmth spread through the king's body, but this was just the beginning of his true healing. Over the next few days, the hermit didn't offer magical potions. Instead, he shared simple meals of forest fruits and guided the king in meditation. He urged the king to see with more than just his eyes, to listen to the song of the birds, to feel the pulse of the earth beneath him, and to reflect on his life as a ruler. He told stories of villagers suffering in silence, of injustices that had been overlooked from within the palace walls. And as the king listened, something incredible began to happen. A new kind of clarity started to dawn on him. It wasn't just his physical sight that was improving. It was his inner vision. He was developing empathy, a deep connection to the people he had sworn to protect. By the seventh day, as the morning sun streamed into the glade, King Rajendra opened his eyes to a world reborn. The colors were more vivid than he had ever remembered, the details sharper than ever before. He could see, but more importantly, he could now see his kingdom with true compassion. Overjoyed, he once again offered the hermit immense riches, but the sage gently refused. "The greatest reward," he said, "is a heart that sees truly." The king returned to his palace, a changed man. He immediately began making reforms, helping his people and ruling with a newfound kindness. His power was now guided by empathy. The hermit of the forest was never seen again, fading back into legend, but his lesson lived on forever. This story is such a powerful reminder for all of us. True vision isn't just about what our eyes can see, it's about what our heart can feel. So often, our own struggles and blind spots come from overlooking the needs and feelings of those around us. By cultivating empathy, by really trying to see the world from another person's perspective, we can begin to heal not only ourselves, but the world we all share. It's a call to look deeper, listen closer, and feel more. Because sometimes, in seeing the pain of others, we find our own light. Thank you so much for joining me on this journey today. If this story resonated with you, I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss our next video. Until next time, take care and keep your heart open.